People of Reddit, what lie do you repeatedly tell yourself? This is a real plan that is going to pan out and not just wishful thinking. Having a plan B is just admitting plan A won't work. I've never agreed with a comment less. Having a plan B is just good planning, and accepts that things may not work out as you expect. You'll remember that. No need to write it down. This one is the worst for me. I've got time. Not only do I have no idea how much actual time I have left, each moment that passes, I have even less. Mr. Incredible taught me that I don't have time. I'm gonna start getting my shit together next week. Tomorrow. After this bull orgasm. Anytime other than now. I know you can only stop doing something once you're not doing it, and you can never plan to quit even 1 second later, whether it's a substance, a habit, or a relationship, but application of knowledge is totally different than its acquisition. Tomorrow I'll wake up early and go to the gym. I'm not procrastinating. I'm just waiting for the right moment. Can't start something unless it's on the 5, or 10, or quarter hour, or absolutely. What sort of monster starts a project at :17, or on a Tuesday, or in 2019, or in their school career? If you wait until the last minute, it only takes a minute. Last minute is best minute to blast. I'll clean my apartment in an hour. I swear. Also, I'll go to bed at a reasonable time tonight. Just one more video before bed. I used to stay up way too late and I realized that looking at screens was the problem. It was a vicious cycle of feeling awake and staying up later using the computer. The thing that saved me was getting some blue light filter glasses for looking at screens. Maybe it's a placebo and they don't really do anything, but I swear I can watch all the rubber ducky corn I want before bed and have no problem going to sleep as soon as I want afterwards. I'm a healthy eater. Cake has eggs. It's just eggs with stuff added. Cake is just an omelette. French toast has eggs with stuff added. Omelette has eggs with stuff added. Casserole has eggs with stuff added. Bread has eggs with stuff added. Everything is eggs. I remember reading some quote or stat that you only have to tell a lie willfully like 3 times before you yourself start believing it. And I remember thinking, well, that's a load of garbage. Fast forward to the present. I'm wearing a boot and crutches after a heel injury. I was on a group trip and we were playing some game where you had to stomp on balloons tied to other team's legs to eliminate them from the game. I went for a balloon while another team's player went for the same balloon and I wound up with my foot power driven into the floor, heel first, resulting in multiple fractures to the heel bone. Well, at least, that's what I told everyone. Truth is that I was trying to stomp a balloon but it popped out of the way as I was stomping it. Glancing blow, and I just drove the heel into the ground myself. No other foot stomping me down. That didn't make for as cool a story, and after the first almost reflexive lie of oh yeah, someone stomped my heel down, that's why I'm limping, I just had to roll with the fake story for the rest of the trip. People would ask me repeatedly, and I'd always tell the same story. Somewhere in the twisting fury of stomps, I had my foot driven into the ground by a wayward opponent. Tough luck. Back home from the trip, I was talking with my orthopedic surgeon who was remarking it's a really unusual thing to have a heel fracture in this way after you just stomped the ground, and I told him oh no, it was actually another person who stomped my heel into the floor. So there was more force than just me. It wasn't until I was leaving his office that I had a moment of realization. That wasn't the truth. But I had told it to a doctor privately as though it was. I didn't bend the truth to save face or seem tougher to my doctor. The lie had just become so rote that I'd fallen back on it automatically, even to a medical professional. In the moment, that was the experience I was remembering in my head, and it had never actually happened at all whatsoever. Definitely one of those moments that makes you reflect on how honest you really are. If I could lie about that reflexively and not even realize it, could I be lying to myself about other things equally as unaware? I'll lose weight. I'll start eating salads for lunch and running tomorrow. Tomorrow always brings stress, pasta and wine. I've addressed this by tackling one problem at a time. I picked the gym as the easier behavior change. Now I go 5-6 days a week each week after I started going again in mid-December, after losing about 30 pounds. Now the gains are stalling and I'll have to address the diet issue. However, my gym habit is now established. If I tried doing both at once, I'm sure I would have failed like the times before. If you had to pick one though, diet is far more effective important. I just wasn't happy with my activity level. I'm over her. I'm good to move on. Gets text from her at 11 PM on a Friday night. Poo poo, here we go again. My acne will go away. It's genetic though. I kept saying shit like that a decade ago when I had acne. Said fuck it and hit it with a dose of Accutane. Shit's a miracle drug. 11/10 would recommend. Accutane definitely worked and has kept major acne away for years. Only the occasional small pimple now and then. I just really hated having dry, chapped lips for 5 months straight. But it was worth it. It's just a fart. And I'm only imagining it felt wet. And everyone can't smell it. Especially that person in the queue behind me. They probably have no nose.